Welcome to a restorative practice, ideal for pregnancy or if you're simply craving a grounding practice. My name is Ruby Orozco Santos. This is an offering for your health. May it benefit you. We will use 2 blocks, 2 bolsters, and 3 blankets today. If you don't have bolsters or blocks, you can use some sturdy cushions and some books. We'll start in a comfortable cross-legged seated position with one hand on our heart and the other on our abdomen, floating our crown up towards the sky, lengthening our breath, finding deepness and evenness in our breath. Releasing any thoughts that might be present in our mental space without any judgments or attachments towards those thoughts. Becoming aware of the perimeter of our bodies, finding softness in our heart with every exhale. Establishing our own personal intention for our practice. Keeping that intention close to our breath, releasing our hands down to our knees, taking a deep breath on the exhale, chin down to the chest. On our inhale, rolling our head to one shoulder and back, exhaling to the other side, and again to our chest. 2 more circles just like this, inhaling on the way back, exhaling on the way forward. At the end of our 3rd circle, we'll switch directions. We'll still be inhaling on the way back, exhaling on the way forward. Taking our time, moving with our breath. At the end of the 3rd circle here, we'll inhale our chin back up, crown towards the sky, and from here, holding our knees underneath the knees, taking a deep breath, exhaling, heart comes forward, inhaling, rolling to one side and back. We're going around the rim of the pelvic bowl here. Exhaling to the other side, and again to the front, inhaling. As we come back, exhaling as we move forward, moving our heart as well here. So on the way forward, the heart opens, blooms outward. On the way back, it reaches back. At the end of 3 circles, we'll switch directions. Exploring our hips in the other direction, moving with our breath, moving our heart. At the end of our 3rd circle, we'll bring our hands to our shoulders. Inhale, elbows come up. Exhaling, finishing the circle, drawing 3 circles with our elbows, inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. At the end of our 3rd circle, switching directions, still inhaling on the way up, exhaling on the way down. Finishing our 3rd circle here, opening our palms up towards the sky, exhale back to the shoulders, inhale, open the palms. Exhale to the shoulders. Inhale, open palms. Last time. At the end of this last round, keeping our hands out, this time circles with the wrists, making fists here. And switching directions about 3 to 5 times to each side. And inhale, open the fingers wide. Exhale, tight, tight fist. Couple more. From here, on our next inhale, palms open. Exhale, palms down and back. 2 more. Hands to heart center. Turning our head to one side as we slide our hands to the other. Switching directions. From here, extending one leg out, other leg comes in. Reaching our hand towards that stretched out foot, toes pointing towards ourselves, opening the heart out to the side. From here, the foot that was tucked in comes out, elbow pressing against the knee, turning very slightly to the side, turning our head. Pregnancy friendly twist here. Other side. Stretching out the leg, tucking in the other one. Reaching our hand towards our foot as our heart opens, our ribs like an accordion towards the sky. Then bringing our tucked in foot to the ground, anchoring our elbow with our knee. Other hand comes out to the side, turning our head. We're only twisting from the heart and above here. Coming back. This time soles of our feet together. Holding our feet like an open book. Long spine, ribs float over hips to start deep breath. Then exhale, hinge from the hips, keeping the spine long. As far as feels good, it might just be a couple centimeters. Your hips will tell you where to stop. We don't want any pain here. Deep breaths. Inhaling, coming up. Long legs in front, this time ankle circles. A few times to each direction. Clenching our toes and then stretching them out a couple times. And then pointing our toes forward and towards us a couple times, this time engaging the ankles, shaking off the legs. We'll be setting up for our first restorative pose. You may know it as resting goddess, supported, bound angle, supported cobbler's pose. We'll use our 2 blocks, tall and medium height. Place a bolster right on top. Make sure it's nice and sturdy. Place a folded blanket underneath for us to sit on, and a couple of blankets to the side. Fold them one more time. Then we'll sit, bringing the sacrum right up against the bolster. We want our lower back to be supported here. Soles of the feet together. Bring those blankets in close to the hip joint. Give support to the legs here. Start making your way back. Resting your back of your skull on the bolster. Find a comfortable place for your hands. Maybe on the blankets, maybe one hand on your heart, the other on your abdomen. Maybe holding your womb softly. And as you settle in, come back to deep, even breaths. Feeling waves of relaxation wash you over with every exhale. And if your mind is particularly active, you can give yourself a mental exercise, inhaling, counting 1, exhaling 1, inhaling 2, exhaling 2, inhaling 3, exhaling 3, and continuing to count. Returning your mind, your awareness to your counts anytime you start to wander off. Just a minute or so here, continuing to practice, bringing your awareness to your counts anytime it wanders off. Taking 3 last deep breaths here. To exit this pose, we'll bring our knees up towards each other, scoot the hips over to the right, and then roll to the left side so that your whole body, your side body and your head are supported on the bolsters. Then use your hands to bring yourself back up. Scoot over to the edge of your blanket. I didn't do it here, but you should do it to tilt your hips slightly forward. Long legs in a V shape, so heels push down and out away from the hips. Toes point towards yourself. Take a deep breath here, lining up ribs over hips, and then hinge down from the hips. Again, it might just be an inch. Deep breaths here. Three last deep breaths. Important there to keep the toes pointed towards yourself. Our next pose is going to be a boat pose, supported boat, bringing 2 blankets to our mat, placing our bolster on top, scooting that setup closer to us, placing both legs long on the bolster, relaxing our arms. Once again, make sure you have that lower back support. Before coming down onto your bolster, make sure you've scooted all the way up so that your sacrum is touching that bolster. find your way back to your breath counts. Or simply feel waves of relaxation wash over you from head to toe with every exhale. Relaxing the muscles of your face, relaxing the jaw, even the tongue. Notice where your body is heavy and let that heaviness ground you. Root you to the earth. Taking 3 last deep breaths here. For our final pose, we will simply use our feet to kick off our bolster and blanket. Just push it forward out of the way and let your legs be long. Enjoy this last minute of friendship with your body. And taking 3 last deep breaths here. To exit this pose, we'll bring our feet to the mat, bending the knees. Once again, scoot hips over to the right and then roll over to the left, supporting the left side body on the bolster using your hands to slowly make your way up back to a comfortable cross-legged seated position. Closing your eyes. Cupping your hands in front, placing your intention there from this practice. Deep breath. And let it go. Release your hands down. Then draw a big circle all around you. Palms land together above the head. Exhale. Hands to heart center, continuing to breathe. Coming to the end of this practice. Thank you for showing up for yourself in friendship with your body, and for allowing me this privilege of leading this practice I hope that it's helpful for you. Reconnecting here, hands to heart and abdomen, hands to heart center, bowing in gratitude. Namaste.